Hello everyone, and welcome to my new sort of series on teaching new players in Final Fantasy XIV how to try and, I don't want to say optimize, but teach you the basics of how to DPS and make up your own rotations, and how to maximize your effectiveness in combat, because DPS in Final Fantasy XIV is a fair bit more difficult than I'm guessing most MMOs. The only one I played previous is World of Warcraft, and that was brain dead easy to DPS in that. To DPS in this, though, you have to pay attention to what your moves call for. Some moves call for, positioning at the back end of a target. Some call for the flank. And I know a lot of players new players are going, what's the difference between a flank and the behind? That's what I'm going to show you here. Now, these striking dummies can be found a variety of places around the Eorzea. Personally, I think this is the one right outside the gate. Anyway, for monks and positional characters like this, the flank is, you see that little circle underneath of the training dummy? Okay, the flank is basically, I went about this all wrong. You notice the absence of a line behind it. That is behind it. The flank is the line right next to it, like where the circle begins. Now, as far as DPS optimization goes, if you have dots, ideally they should be put up at the beginning of a fight and reapplied if you think the full effect can be gained once again, because they're actually your most potent attacks in the long run. They're not quite great, short run, but through the nature of it, it actually does more damage in the long run. Now, as far as monks in specific, there are a few key points you need to probably keep in mind. At least I'm guessing as a level 15 pugilist, I'm kind of out of my what's the word? I'm kind of out of my expertise here, but from what I've learned so far, you don't want to let Greased Lightning fall off. Greased Lightning, for those who are new to the monk class or the pugilist class, is after you use your boot shine, your 1-2-3 combo. And after 3 you become, Greased Lightning. That ups your damage and I believe your attack speed, so you do not want that to fall off. The monk class is a consistent DPS class. It is a class that is designed to do constant DPS. You're not going to get your full DPS out of an encounter because you're going to have to dodge things, or hopefully you'll dodge things anyway, to hopefully not stress your healer out too much. So you're going to lose some DPS in actual fights, but by and large, you should, I don't want to say you should practice on a striking dummy, but if you do practice against a striking dummy, get your rotations down, and then when you're actually in a fight, your rotation's kind of muscle memory, so you don't really have to worry about that. All you have to worry about then is actually dodging the mechanics, doing the mechanics, burning ads down, whatever you got to focus on at the fight at hand. It just becomes more second nature, so you don't have to think about it and get yourself hit by a stray AoE and look like a dummy. Something like that. But yeah, the key points are keep your dots up if you have them. I'm doing a particularly poor job, and if you have any buffs, you kind of want to keep that up. Besides Greased Lightning in this case right here, that would be straight shots, because I cross-classed it because I'm a crit whore. Always have been on DPS classes. And beyond all that, that's pretty much it. You want to make sure you're doing your positionals. If you don't do your positionals correctly, you lose a lot of potency. I believe the first boot shine, you don't get a crit if you don't do your positional right, and crits are kind of nice. For number 2 and 3, if you don't do them, I think you get like, a 40 potency, disadvantage? That's a pretty good chunk of change of damage right there. So you really don't want to, fat finger your abilities in the wrong positional. Now, sometimes this is not going to be optimal because the tank is going to do his best impression of a rodeo clown, just dance around in circles. Why, I don't quite know. This is coming from a tank, mind you. But some tanks will not allow you to get your positionals off, and either they don't know the mechanics, in which case that sucks, or they're doing it to try and tick you off, which that sucks worse. But that's the basics of DPSing in Final Fantasy XIV. Basically practice, know your class, and utilize it to the full extent that you can. So that's pretty much it, guys. I know this is kind of a short video, but I want to get into a little more Final Fantasy XIV videos, and if you guys have any questions, whatever, I'm still a newbie myself. Speaking of which, anybody has a free company on Hyperion that's, friendly, whatever, I would welcome an invite, because I generally don't tank unless I know people there. So that's why I'm leveling up DPS classes right now. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And as always, if you'd like to help support the channel and help it grow, you may wish to like or even subscribe for easier access to future videos. Farewell everyone, until next time.